Welcome back to the QA show at Afrovibes TV. Here we have Imani Nash, my beautiful soul sister, and I'm so happy for you all to get to know her as I've got to know her and love her. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm excited.
You excited?
I am. A little nervous.
A little nervous? Don't be nervous.
Yes.
Alrighty, so today we have Imani Nash, and we're going to just dive in and get into her business a little bit. And she is not the one to want to be somebody to be in her business, but that's why we're here today. Alrighty. Alrighty, so can you please tell us more about yourself, what it is that you do?
So, yes, I am 30 years old. I have an 8-year-old daughter named Ava. That is my girl, and we are attached at the hip. I am a yoga and meditation instructor. I do some writing and push out some books, and yeah, just kind of really taking life one day at a time, most of the time, actually.
Okay. Well, we love that. Continue to take things one day at a time.
Yes. Yes.
Now, you mentioned that you're diving into some writing. What does those novels or those books look like? Are they more on the drama side, romantic side? What can we be looking forward to?
Real life stuff, because it's my journal entries.
Okay.
So it's real life stuff, but I've written it in a way that everyone can relate to it. And I've found different ways, different avenues to write the words so that everyone can find something to relate to. But it's very personal. So, like you said, I don't like people being in my business, but it's very much in my business at the same time. So it's very close to the heart.
Okay, so you mentioned that you are now the age of 30.
Yes.
Yes, happy belated birthday to my big sister.
Thank you.
So, with you becoming 30 and you stepping into this new woman, this new era, do you feel as if that plays a part of you now ready to expose certain parts of you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel the chapter changing. It's like as soon as I turn 30, it's like oh,
It
okay.
ignited.
Yes.
Yes.
Most definitely. Like
Okay,
it's
love
time to take that step.
Okay. So we have the books coming out. We're looking forward to it. I'm not going to get too much of her business because I do believe in keeping some things very sacred until it is time to come into fruition completely.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell us more about you doing your yoga and meditation? Where do you do these classes at or sessions at for those that love to get into that or those that have not even been exposed to that part of life?
But yes. So I can do it two ways. I teach at a studio here in Houston, Texas. So I'm there about most or half of the time, and then other times I do private sessions, I put on retreats. So I can kind of do yoga everywhere, and that's really the philosophy that I teach everyone, that it's for everybody. You could do it everywhere. It doesn't have to be this grand big
Right.
thing. It could simply just be sitting here. It's more so of the mind body connection and getting back into who you are as a person, and just connecting all aspects of yourself more than anything. So that's the stance that I teach from. I like to focus on breathing because just a deep breath can really change your whole perspective on everything. And I've been trained now to listen to people breathe. And so I'm like, like you need to kind of let air in instead of thinking you're having to take any
Right.
actions. So that could go into a deep dive of trusting God or the universe or whoever it is that you may worship or look up to. So it's an all around personal experience, but you are able to keep it just the physical experience if you want to as well. So a lot of benefits, most definitely.
Alrighty. So you mentioned breath work. So I know that I believe the four is like a four. If I hold it for four, box breathing.
Yes.
Works very
It is
good for me.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that works really,
Yes.
really good for me, especially like even if I'm getting to meditation, I find that like certain mantras and the box breathing for me,
Yeah.
it put me in that trance state that I need to go into.
Mhm.
So what are some breath work that you see from different individuals that's kind of like, maybe for beginners, what would be a good beginning breath work technique?
That one's a good one, I would say, for one that's well-rounded for those who may need to always keep breathing. It's literally just breathing in for 4 and then out for 4, but like really, really slow when you're breathing out because that's what's going to send the message to your body like, I'm not in a fight, I don't have to survive, I can relax. That's when you'll really start to see your nervous system calm down. So just it's literally just inhale, exhale, and it's like your brain will just go off. Um, I would say those are the two main things. And I also like to do what I would call an elevated breath, is taking 2 breaths in and then releasing it out, but like kind of going. So that's going to increase the oxygen levels within your body. But I also like to think of it as a hard reset to the nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just kind of moving some energy around. So you might start to feel tingles or a little bit more physical mind body connection, like, oh, I'm here. But also, you'll find that you might not need to take any active breaths. You'll realize that it's supported. So it's so many different ways that you could explore it. Yeah. Yes.
And I always think like what is that technique?
Yeah.
That one to get the elevated breathing?
Yes.
I always link that for whatever reason to birth. Like whenever a lady is like, and how you said it's the reset and it's I don't know what
It's like it doesn't feel like it's grounding while you're doing it, but it's really grounding at the end of it because you're like, oh, everything's okay. It's like extra oxygen to the brain, so you're able to relax and kind of think clearly. So it's a nice little rush too. I always get like this cool, tingly feeling on the inside, but it just kind of is like a mental shift immediately after it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you. Now, for those of us that kind of struggle with keeping the mind still while trying to meditate, what's the number one thing you would tell us if we want to go into that trance state at the least, or
I can be frank
yes, please.
that y'all have control issues.
No, I can agree with that.
Yes.
I can see why you link that.
Yes. Just let it go. I mean, because like it's your brain, so it's gonna think.
And I'm
You're trying to stop its function. So just let it be. Observe more so than anything, and that'll maybe take you into a deeper state of, okay, so what is this? Like, am I actually feeling what I'm feeling, or am I trying to personalize something that's not even mine? So I like to say if in breath work or in meditation, if you feel like you can't shut your brain down, then just don't. Like, just let it go.
Just let it ramble.
Just let it ramble. And you'll be surprised at what you'll find. But also what does personally help for me, because I am one of those people that needs a little help with turning the brain off, is I went to sound meditation. So find something that's louder than the thoughts, or stop thinking that you have to sit in one place and be quiet. You can meditate while you're driving. You can meditate while you're dancing. You can focus on that one thing and it'll just kind of like work itself out. And that's really what yoga is too, honestly. It's movement, but it's meditation at the same time. So it just depends on how you want to approach it, but what works for you.
And I actually tell a lot of people that meditation looks different for everyone, because sometimes people link meditation to this.
Yes.
Which, no, like meditation, my favorite form of meditation is cooking.
Yes.
And when I'm in that, I feel myself literally just, I'm not overthinking. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
And you're putting your own energy into your food. So it's like and
it be so damn good. Yes. I pray over that food and I'm like,
yes.
I just be in
so you're just really pouring back into yourself. So that's a whole big thing. So life is the meditation itself. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about being a mom. Wow. Being I want to say she's actually not a super over busy lady. You know, I feel as if you create some balance. You know when to give yourself rest as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I love sleep.
Yes. What think about it?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Man, I'm like, yeah, that's
Go to
not
bed.
it.
Nah.
So because we are both moms and we both are mom to beautiful little girls,
Beautiful.
beautiful. What is something that you may see in your daughter that you like, that is me?
Ooh, everything. And looking at her face, honestly, like, man, you
Yeah, no, for
like
sure.
you copy paste.
Mm.
And then she start walking, then she start talking, and she can't be still, just like I couldn't be still. Like just her mindset, the way she thinks of things. I watch her, just like her process and the way she strategizes. Like I would have did the same thing. Like
So she's more of a strategy type of lady.
she very much is. Yes. So
Very logical.
she's very logical, very strategic, very much. She still has that aloofness about her. So you think she's not paying attention, but baby, she's clocked everything. And same, like so she is just, the word came up, enigma. She is most definitely an enigma. Just yes, you'll never be able to pin her down, and I love that. Yes.
We need that.
We
need that as well.
Yes.
Okay, so now stating that, and I know with you watching her, and I always say like our babies are our guides here.
Yes.
They're our real guides. They're our real mothers.
Yes. Yes.
But our ancestors, how have she helped you grow in certain areas of the life? Just maybe two, not even.
I don't even. It's because it's so just her entire existence is what helped me grow. I was so grateful for this awareness to be able to look at her, one, and see me and recognize that, yes, she's her own person, but I'm essentially reparenting myself too. And so that gave me the opportunity to, what can I do different, or remember not some things that had happened to me, but just what can I avoid? How can I break? What am I conscious of? What do I have control of first and foremost? Because we can't fix everything. I know that our children are going to have their own paths to go down, their own lessons to learn. But just watching her, feeling her innocence, just being deeply enthralled in everything that she is, and being so in my body, I would physically like just, if I were the cause of anything to happen, like I wouldn't want to be the cause of that.
Gotcha. So you check yourself a lot.
Yes, always. Always. Because, we learn from each other. And so I don't look at it as I'm her mother, she needs to respect me. Like, yes, but I need to respect her too as her own person. And she's not going to be a little girl forever. She is going to grow into a woman, and we're growing up together, honestly. So
those first, especially those
Yes.
first girls, no, forget that. First children are always the ones that shape you because they, we're learning together.
Yes.
When that second one come, okay, I got to practice in, but this first one, I am constantly learning with her. And, I like to tell my daughter, hey, mommy, this mommy's first time being a mommy too.
I don't even know.
I don't even know some days. Some days I'm a 10, some days it's a 1.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And the good thing about our daughters is they understand. Like if we're able to explain it to them, they're like, you're right. Like, I've been 8 before. I don't know.
They're very beautiful beings. So thank God for that.
Yes. They give so much grace.
Yes. Because sometimes if I don't want to talk or anything, I would just go quiet. And she'll be like, and then she'll be like, you need some me time? I'm like, yes, that's what's going on.
Yes.
Alrighty, so now we're going to hold that thought with a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here at the QA show over here at Afrovibes TV. See you soon. Welcome back to the QA show. They know to edit this. All right, welcome back to the QA show where we educate, elevate, and heal together. Here I have our guest, Imani Nash. Welcome back, welcome back. Alrighty, so in this part of the show, we like to focus on their mental health. We like to dive into how are you doing? And we are completely honest here on the QA show. There are no rights or no wrongs. There are any, and it's not to get pity, it's to be comfortable and tell me exactly where you are. And I'm going to do the same.
Yeah.
Because we need that.
Yes.
Spiritual beings having the human experience.
As a collective, we all do need that.
Yes.
I think I'm in a good cross phase of no sadness, actually. Very happy. Very I'm very this is the most joy and peace that I felt in quite a long time. I feel so much more sure of myself. Um Sometimes I get there's more life to live, more lessons. So I'll get it's more things coming. I'm not even in my prime, honestly.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I still got some building to do, but I know that I'm in a place that I'm excited about it. Let's go. I'm ready to finish that race, keep the fight going. I feel so much more confident in my body, myself as a woman. I feel now my daughter is 8, so I'm like, ugh, I feel like me again. So, yes, I am feeling just charged up. That's the best way I could say it. Yes. Yes.
Okay, this is the part where I like to give my feedback on how I feel.
Mhm.
And although I will say this, I feel beautifully happy, very happy, but I'm sleepy as hell.
Yeah, a sense of exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
very much exhausted.
Yes. And I understand, like you said, it's still more to do. So I think me even thinking this not even done. This not even the half. This not even the beginning for real. So I think even when I think that, I'll be exhausted some more.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I always give gratitude and understanding I asked for this.
You did.
I asked for this.
And then rest is a part of the mission.
Yes, rest is a part of the mission. And I'm always giving myself rest. And whatever happens during that rest, okay, cool. It's out of my control.
Absolutely.
But I do feel very much more at peace. Even when I made a call to you and I said, let's
yeah.
And I was okay with that decision because I understand that either way go is going to be okay. Everything's going to get itself figured out. I don't have to do too much of the figuring out.
Yeah.
I just need to move when I've been told.
Literally. Keep going.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
That's good.
Now, as a mother, I am in a stage. So I did some evaluation that I was okay when my baby turned 3. It was not 2s for me. It was the 3s. So when the baby turned 3, she was bouncing off the walls. When she turned 6, she's now bouncing off the wall. So I'm like, okay, so she's a 3, 6, 9 type child. So I'm noticing that I am trying to find a way to balance our energies.
Yeah.
Because I am very at a peaceful, calm state, and her energy is like, I need to do this. I need to just, I'm like this.
I had really a kind of an intuitive nudge of this is what we're going through now. This is around the time that the daughters are starting to come into their own energy and their own power, and we're feeling it as a mother. It's very primal almost. I smell my daughter. I can feel her right now, and so I can feel the shift and the shift of energies, and these are the times to evaluate yourself and where your energy is and make sure that you're growing with them too. Because I think that's where a lot of sometimes that friction may start between mother and daughter specifically. Yes. You're still looking at yourself. And if it's not a healed, open heart space, it may manifest to you as them going against you. But no, it's just a reflection more so than anything.
I will say I'm very spoiled on the support side.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Me too.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. And Talk about it. A village.
A village, and and it really does take that. They don't understand. Some doesn't, but those that know, it really does take the village. But I say that I'm spoiled because anytime that energy gets too much for me, I can easily be like, all right, you're gonna go to your granny's, which I'm not mad about it. But I'm finding myself like, okay, I don't want to make that a habit because I don't want her to feel herself.
Yeah.
When I'm being like this, mommy send me away, like, so
Yeah.
I'm constantly checking it, but I do, I have talks with my child.
Yeah.
Listen, mommy is at this frequency and you at this one, so let's work together.
How can we meet in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me.
I always tell my daughter, help me help you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now back to our mental health, and how do one go about diving into a form of self-care, if you could say, so that they can create a better healthy mindset?
I would say it starts with finding your boundaries and setting them and maintaining them, and understanding that it's okay if they change. Then from there, everything that you don't need will naturally start to weed itself out. It's like, so I say, where I'm speaking to women specifically, I think when women hear self-care, we're thinking facials and massages and skincare and stuff. And yes, do that, please. Please take care of yourself because our beauty is our currency. But start in here first. Like, are you able to look at yourself in the mirror in any phase, with your hair messed up or anything? Even when you all dolled up, are you still able to look at what's looking back at you? Are you able to speak truthfully and honestly and not from a place of fear? So it's just self-evaluation, learning to preserve yourself and your energy is so big on self-care. So
I know a lot of people talk about boundaries, right? What is boundaries, anyways? For those that may not know what boundaries truly are, they just hear boundaries. But what's boundaries?
I would say I like to energetic placeholders. Like, is finding that thing that you just is a non-negotiable for yourself, like inside, outside, whether it has something to do with the people that you surround yourself with, and stamping on it, like, okay, and it is so. And taking the time to feel like, why do I need it to be this, or how, and recognizing when that's about to be, that energetic placeholder is trying to be moved or tampered with. So it's, the body will always tell you, like, even if it's a boundary you didn't realize you had, like, oh, I didn't like that.
It's this.
Like that at all.
I want to make this in my life because we're not doing that.
Yes, I had to find the words for that.
I know that. Thank you for taking the time to actually find these words. So now, creating boundary for ourselves, do we take time to create boundaries for others too? Like healthy. So basically, if our intentions are pure for ourselves, right, are we making sure that we are having pure intentions for others in a way?
I think it naturally occurs. If there should be a natural understanding, if it's a healthy boundary, because they're,
right.
You got different. We're talking about healthy boundaries coming from a healthy person. You would feel a sense of, hey, I understand, because I wouldn't do this. I'm not. If you say you don't want me to do that, I'm not going to do that. So I think it'll go hand in hand. People with boundaries, and not saying that you'll never face a time when it'll be tested. We'll always be tested, but I feel like you'll become more in contact with those like-minded people. Like, hey, this is it, and I respect you.
Respect that.
Because that's a big thing too. Respect.
And
yes.
I found that some people, sometimes think that when we're conversing about certain boundaries, we may be in conflict, and we're not. We're not in conflict, but this I'm stating this.
Mhm.
And if you're not happy with those terms, then okay, I respect that you're not happy with that, but that does not negotiate where I'm gonna stand. I
Yes.
still want to stand, but I understand if you do not like that. I understand that on your part
Completely.
because that may be something that you want in a person,
Yeah.
whether it's friendship, whether it's relationship, family. That may be something that you want in a person, but that is not.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I do find that some of us think that is a conflict when it's not.
No,
And like you said, it's not negotiable.
like a lot of times it has nothing to do with emotions.
Yeah.
No one really cares how anyone feels. Honestly, at the end of the day,
Some
in the
of us
real
care.
world, but I'm being truthful. No one cares, and but you have to care about you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like when you care about you, then who cares?
Yeah.
Like so,
It's literally your world.
it's literally your world.
It's literally your universe. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you are living the most peaceful, happiest universe that you can, anyways, or what's in your control. But
Yes,
yeah, right on.
whatever you have on the inside will be projected on the outside for sure.
You're gonna see your world exactly how your mental is replaying.
Yes.
So if I continue to have these thoughts of being in danger, then my world will reflect that.
Mhm.
So I like to tell a lot of my clients, let's change our mindset on how we view the world so that our world can alternate our mindset now in a healthy way.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah. Did you like to hear?
Love it.
Do you love to hear?
I do.
Okay. All right. Well, we would love to see more Imani Nash. You all will be seeing more of her because it is now her time. She can't run from it and she knows it. She knows it. We are all in position, and I'm so grateful for having you here, my good sister.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, you all tune in to the next show on the QA Show, where we elevate, educate, and heal together at Afrovibes TV. Catch you next time.